Hello everyone, this is Ether Dragon, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. So this week we did pretty trash on offense. We goofed an entire match, and looking okay though. On defense here we have quite the results this week. Definitely not because this guy's bonus, not at all. But I didn't expect people to sabotage themselves as much as they did, but people just didn't really have much of a way to deal with the Bramimonds if they didn't have, say, null follow-up or just having lots of bulk and denying specials. Because the problem is Bramimond has bonus stats, so he's just way bulkier. For example, if someone long baits this Bramimond, he has 32, 38 defense, and 39 res, and potentially can get more. Usually he does with Void Tome. And with low attack res and impenetrable dark, just extremely bulky. And I had my fair share of issues with Bramimond this week, but my way to beating Bramimond this week was precisely what they did, and Bolt Tower for the win. I won so many matches because of Bolt Tower level 7. I joke about how it's my 6th offense unit, because honestly it kind of just does more than what most of my team does, so so at this point they've taken out Julia, and now it's just Seliph versus the world, and clearly that's never going to end well. But they go in for the attack here and pick up the kill. Again, Hardy Bearing, so solid start to the week, obviously. I did not see as many dual limbs as I thought I would, but that's what happens when they're a seasonal unit and there isn't an infinite supply of orbs for everyone, so you gotta make do. This person has a hit and run team, which conceptually seems pretty solid, but this defense, as memed as it is, it does something at least. But they go in like this, which I'm not entirely sure why. And then they go in like so, which I definitely don't know why. And well, like usual, Seliph doesn't kill. So they take out Julia barely at least. But then they activate the Bolt Trap, and well, it's just free kills left and right. Bramimond with Astra just wrecks face. So stupid. Astra actually came in handy again this week. It's so meme, but like ideally I would have it up turn 1, because people will bring like null follow-up or pulse smoke or whatever. And having it pre-charged is pretty useful, although then I run into the issue of even pulse tie existing. And what is it, odd pulse? I forget if odd pulse tie is in the game. But this person, just pretty standard stuff. Lane bonus. I did not see any flames on offense, I don't think. Kind of surprised. I mean, like when I was playing teams, they didn't have her on defense, but I guess. So we got some pretty heavily merged units here, and they're going to end turn, because why not? And sudden panic here. A lot of people don't take note of that, so it doesn't matter too much, because of course Moltet neutralizes the penalties, and he's getting hit by Dark Shrine, of course. But he's up against Luna Bramimond and takes quite a bit of damage, and the problem is they don't have isolation here, so Bramimond is free to meme, and he goes after the high HP target. Does 120 damage with Astra. And at this point they're just gonna win here, precisely because Black Knight was there. If Black Knight wasn't there, then Hector would have gotten defeated, and well, Ripperonis. But of course the AI is going to derp around here like usual, and so they're going to be able to cleverly use Peony here and ground orders to pick up the kill. And it's GG at this point because Sylvie is not going to murder anything. Not one. If she had like a 1 cooldown special maybe, and she doubled maybe, but yeah, that's not happening. They go ahead and draw back here, but that's not gonna put them, or Hector, out of Sylvia's range, so still wasn't able to pick up that ether structure. But I mean, here we go. A lot of people have Milla nowadays, so that's why I have 2 dancers, so they can snipe the other one. The meme fest. We have Sabo attack and chill defense and all that good stuff. You have Chris here. I don't know. I don't know about Chris. Just does not have amazingly high base bulk. So Spurn really has to carry here because like 38, 33 base, and then of course Spear Shadow can debuff the enemies, and you have speed, res, solo, and other forms of buffing. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm guessing they couldn't kill Bramimond. That's pretty typical because of, again, low attack res out of 10. So he still has like 37 defense, so you still need a sizable attack stat. And a big problem with these kind of tanks is they just don't have damage output. But here Astra memeing around again for the kill. Astra is so funny. It's like the only way Bramimond can keep up with damage reduction. If he can't double, it's even worse, which is why having the turn 1 Astra is so important, because people do bring units with like null follow-up, and well, he just never gets to proc his special, so he doesn't really get to do any damage. His attack stat's okay, but yeah, I forgot to mention, towards the middle of the week, day 4, I did get level 7 catapult, and as you'll see, it comes in handy way too much. It's the reason I have it in column 4 rather than column 3, because of Seliph, but that really isn't much of a reason, because for most people Seliph isn't even a threat. You're just kind of there to troll. They barely pick up the kill here though. Pretty solid, but again the problem is you have a dancer and they isolated the wrong dancer. I don't, like, theoretically, if you wanted to make sure things don't go wrong, you have to isolate. A lot of people isolate Sylvia because they deal with the left side, so then the right side just straggles on really far. But the problem is when they're in this state where the double dancers still exist, which is kind of a problem. But you know, they're able to take out the main threats, but Seliph lives, and Ignis is up with 43 defense and 69 attack. So he does quite a bit of damage in Vantage range, which is why I prefer it over Vengeance for that reason. But yeah, I feel like they actually repeatedly use Milla to isolate one of the dancers turn after turn. It would have been fine. But here their Bolt Tower's gonna go poof, and have Chrome Dome here. I personally I don't really know. He's kind of like a lot of generic carry units. He's good when the matchups are easy, in giant quotes, but when the matchups get difficult, he just cannot keep up, especially when there's specials involved or just units that attack as res. Of course, granted, yes, there was Luna there, but even without Luna, he's still taking a good chunk of damage. Because again, low attack res is active, So he only actually has 33 res. And so they decide to go run here, but then they decide to not run. I don't know why they did this. They should have just ran for their lives while they could, because Bramimond's always getting danced like that. Maybe they were hoping Bramimond goes to the right, but there's literally no reason from an AI standpoint for that to happen. They're not going to take the long way around, they're going to take the fastest way to the enemy. That's, in very simple terms, how the AI works. The actual details, well, we're not going to talk about it here. But yeah, my main problem with the meta of, you know, using damage reduction units is a lot of them don't have a very strong attack stat, so then the issue is they just can't kill, and against tankier units that can be a problem. Bramimond here, well, he just has a decent attack stat, so he's gonna get that kill. And we get Luna coming in there. And like, my favorite thing about one cooldown Astra is if someone attacks and they don't have guard, he just counters with Astra. It's a meme, but I mean, it works. So the problem with it obviously is that if it doesn't proc, it's kind of useless. It's just kind of being there. Would rather have a special proc than just have Astra sitting around doing absolutely nothing, because it's 4 cooldown. I remember when Astra was base 5 cooldown, and then they updated it so it was 4 cooldown. Definitely a good change. Definitely don't want to see it at 3 cooldown. It would be way too powerful at 3 cooldown. That's why we have Deadeye at 3 cooldown. And Deadeye is already pretty strong if you have a good attack stat. Here, again, people kind of sabotage themselves, but it wouldn't have mattered anyways in this particular instance. But they kind of just bait turn 3, so they get themselves chipped by 10 damage. They also don't have Joint Drive Res activated either. And so Bramimond's able to kill there, which is kind of awkward. But Brave Edelgard probably most likely was not one-shotting either of them, so things would have happened regardless. Like Astra, of course, she going off on the second hit, but of course she has the 80% damage reduction. But if you don't heal back a lot, if you're running like noontime, you're probably still dead anyways. And I haven't seen this replay, but clearly someone tried to use Kronia against this team. I can see it working, especially when your bolt tower's in column 3 instead of column 4. At least I get to snipe the healing tower off, but seems pretty standard. My guess is she probably couldn't kill something, or they goofed somewhere. I'm going to lean towards the she couldn't kill something part, because healing tower's all the way in the corner, and Seliph exists. I don't think the hardy bearing on the Astra Bramimond is actually a big deal. But, okay, interesting play. Yeah, I can see where things went wrong real quick. Again, the healing tower exists. There really wasn't much they could do there, though, because they really want to get rid of the hardy bearing Bramimond for obvious reasons. He's going to get healed up by the healing tower if you don't attack. But aside from the fact Kronia here has basically no attack, Julia's at full HP with Glacies. She actually got to do something this season. Amazing. She actually got to do something this season. That's amazing. Yeah, she actually got 2 kills. I legitimately was pretty certain she wasn't going to do anything this season, because when I have her up in the corner like that, she basically just gets to walk around the map. That's usually what happens. Yeah, that's GG. Julia's got too much res, but to be fair, I guess Moonbow's a thing. But yeah, just down too much HP to even tank a hit there. So that's the season. Yeah, we goofed on offense. Really shouldn't have goofed, but that's what happens when you're playing at like 3 in the morning. After a long day of work, yeah, you're gonna do some dumb stuff. I basically just did nothing for 5 or 6 turns, and then I had to go in and timed myself out. Yeah, that's definitely not how you're supposed to win Ether Wraith matches, but now looking forward to next season because it's the same bonus units, so we get to suffer an Astra season. But doing okay. We did better on defense this week than I thought we would. That's all I'm gonna say. I knew we were gonna do okay because of Bramimond bonus, but yeah, that's. But as you can see, we're barely not staying at interval 20. This is of course because of the bonus titles and the ability for harmonized heroes to be used. And you can see there's not very many spots to stay in interval 20. So it's just it just so happened, I'm pretty sure that a ton of people tied for the same score and there's an overflow of ranks, so we're just outside of the cutoff, which just feels bad, but it's not like we can do anything about it. And in arena over here, we are staying in tier 21. Pretty intense week. This is all 758s. I had to give Hawkeye 2 more merges to make sure I could not fish for like 30 years for matches, even though I have the crest to do so. I don't want to be spending that many hours fishing. I still have to spend like an hour fishing, but at least it wasn't it wasn't multiple hours. Yep. And now we have Hawkeye on Arena Assault during water season now to help us out with, for example, some weaker legendary Dimitris or like dual Ephraims or whatnot. Definitely a useful investment. That's the only reason why I decided to go for staying in tier 21 this week, because I have the potential of water season and double water legendaries. That's just a given. But yep. Arena Assault, we got pretty solid RNG this week. I actually had a much better scoring run in the works. It was about to be like 5,356 or 58 or something. It was like match 6 and it was almost guaranteed I would get that much. And then I goofed. Feels bad. I mistapped and then I misread how the AI was gonna move because I forgot about breakable walls, the potential for breakable walls to be broken. I don't know why that didn't cross my mind. And then Crom used the change fate, and we ran out of space. So that's a ripperoni to that run. But it doesn't matter. It's top 1k at the end of the day, and we probably wouldn't have made top 50 anyways. It's quite the competitive pair of seasons. On the not so competitive pairs of seasons, usually it's like 5,348 or 5,350 for top 50, but yeah, that's how it is up here. As long as it's top 1k, it's good enough for me. But yep, Tempest Trial is ending pretty soon. Haven't farmed a bit at all today yet, so I gotta do that. Get top 1k. Shouldn't be too difficult because cutoff's gonna be much lower than it has been for the previous couple. Likely because Pawns of Loki and Forging Bonds was going on, all sorts of things going on. People probably got distracted with those and didn't want to spend a lot of time farming Tempest Trials. But anyways, enough ranting. I will be back when the results drop in. But in the meantime, I'll go ahead and record the last part of my Pawns of Loki video for round 3. Oops, I did it again, but super late today. It's almost reset. Still sitting around in Tempest Trials waiting to see if people are going to be doing things, but now we have max level catapult. Hopefully that does something. Trademark. To be honest, well, we have to get rid of corn. It's not the right season, but I don't think this is going to be a very good week. Not with the bonus unit rotation. So we're gonna do this. I might as well do that. Should I do this? That's kind of a bad idea, but whatever, we'll do it. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more bad of an idea this is. Ah, whatever, we'll leave it. Folks can figure out why that's bad, but let's moving on. Resonant battles, drop in interval 19, feels bad, but that means theoretically it's probably going to be easier to go back up to interval 20, maybe. Arena, we are staying in tier 21. We're probably getting kicked this season just because, let's just say, let's just say legendary corn is bonus, and that's basically all I have. And it's not like we can use her with water blessings. So either I have to build another unit, which I don't think there's anyone in the rotation I want to build. So that's kind of awkward. Pawns of Loki is ending in a day or so. But we're looking pretty cozy still. I might do some more runs to get this up to 1.1 mil just to see I got to 1.1 mil instead of 1.091 mil because that's awkward. But Tempest Trials, we're looking pretty chill. Shouldn't be too difficult. If I'm absolutely paranoid, I can burn another stamina potion. I think I might just HM farm with that. With a stamina potion. Just take a chill time. Or I can just sit and wait. I think I'll go ahead and I'll sit and wait. Why the heck not? We can make it more dramatic. But that's gonna be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. As always, this is Ether Dragon, and hope to see you all next time. Bye.